All right, let's go like this. Okay. Now, what I was saying, I was thinking about a few things this week, and I really want to hear from some people today. Want to make sure the microphone's working. The other mic is on. Is having some issues today, so I switched it up. Thank you, Leon. You can hit one again. I hear you, Leon. I see you. All right, now I want you guys to understand a few things here. The next 2 to 4 years is going to be very troubling for a lot of people, and I want you guys prepared for that. But I want to ask you guys a question today. Also, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys really feel like you're ready for the next 2 to 4 years of hardship? I mean, let's just say, worst case scenario happens, and we have some type of martial law situation in the next 2 to 4 years in this country. What are you guys really ready to do? I mean, we got a lot of people who are very active in the community, a lot of people in the community who actually real well respected. But I want to know the level of commitment and how far you guys willing to go. Because I talked to some people, former Black Panthers. I seen a couple of lectures from also some people who were the former Black Panthers of the 60s. And they talked about a lot of things that just kind of made me think about some things for the group and for those who are now with, let's say, fresher or younger legs in a position to do something if indeed something bad happens in this country for our people directly, how far are you willing to go? Because I talked to some different people, and they were actually occupying land without the government's permission, without the local permission of the government. They were pretty much taking what they needed. So in that case, if it really got down to that, family, how far are you willing to take this thing? Is there anybody you think, I mean, I'm going to let you guys speak on this. I mean, what would have to happen in this country for you to feel like it was necessary for you to break the law? I have to put that out there because when things start happening in this country, family, it's going to happen fairly quickly. It's going to seem like it's happening overnight. And I've been in a lot of situations where I felt like maybe my life was on the line. I've been in situations to where I've been overseas by myself. Things were happening, and I was a little bit, concerned, stressed about what the next move would be in the event somebody tried to take my life or something like that. And I have to tell your family that I was willing to go to the next level. And I'm not so sure that our people would really do that today. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, everybody has a decision to make about how far you want to take things to take care of your family and your own personal safety. But I have to be honest and be real with you guys. I know a lot of people that want to see change in the community, a lot of people who want to see things happen better for us in this country. I know a lot of the people are not willing to do what it takes. So we have to be honest with ourselves, and I want people to understand that the next 2 to 4 years, family, is going to be very challenging. And you need to understand it may be some times that you may not have food to eat, somewhere to sleep, water to drink. You may be demeaned in some type of way if you lost certain resources. And my question to you guys is that, can you be okay with that? I mean, it is what it is, but is this going to cause you some sort of nervous breakdown if you live with people you hardly know? You're in situations to where you don't know where your next meal coming from. In situations where people could possibly be trying to hurt you, physically do you bodily injury, harm, maybe even death. If they would open up all the floodgates of white supremacy and racism in this country, and they were going, I don't know, literally neighborhood to neighborhood looking for certain types of black people, certain types of revolutionary black people, and you were on a list somewhere, how would you handle that? What type of move would you be prepared to make? If somebody showed up one day and said you were on some type of list, and they were going to take you off somewhere to God knows where, would you go without a fight? Would you go willingly? Would you resist? That's the question I have for you guys tonight. How far are you willing to go to survive? Because I'm going to guarantee you some things that a lot of people that you know and I know will go quietly no matter what happens. A lot of people are like revolutionary on paper. A lot of people are revolutionary to a degree. A lot of people are, to the point where they'll do a little something if not a lot's on the table. But once people start grabbing people that they love, they all of a sudden roll back and do whatever is asked of them just because something happened in a direct opposition to where they were going. If somebody decided to do you bodily injury, bodily harm, not even to the point of killing you, but willing to beat you up, willing to hurt you physically, willing to hurt one of your children physically, what are you willing to do? Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people I talk to, a lot of things that I've read, that some people in the Black Panther Party went through all these things to get their agendas met. And I don't believe for a minute. It's very naive, family. It's very naive of our people to believe that we're going to have rights in this country ever, as long as this current system is in power, system is in place. It's very naive of you to believe that you're going to be able to live in this country and live a peaceful life and not get the disrespect, not get the brutal injury and sometimes death of different people in our group, because there's a certain entity overshadowing this whole country called white supremacy. And white supremacy, if you had any experience with it up to this point, most people on this call is mature people out of their 20s. If you have any experience with it, you'll begin to see you could be the quietest, you could be the most domesticated person, black person that the people know. They're still going to assassinate some of our people. They're still going to abuse a lot of our people. They're still going to rape and kill a lot of our people. And some people that you may know personally. Some of us, unfortunately, maybe not on this call, but somebody we know, their life's going to be taken at some point, or somebody in their family's life going to be taken at a point. Sometimes some of their children are going to be taken at some point. And the question is, what are you willing to do to ensure the safety of your family and your relatives and your immediate daughters and sons? So I want to pose this question out there to family to really gauge you guys' responses. And I want everybody to get a chance who want to talk about this to say something. I mean, we're talking about some hypothetical situations, but if you haven't made, one thing I learned about in life, struggle and survival and being in that mode, if you haven't made your mind up before something happens, then a lot of people are you're gonna break under the pressure. And it's no disrespect to anybody who may break. The thing is, have you decided? Have you thought about how you might respond to different things that happen to you and your family? Because you never thought about it seriously. If it's just some far-fetched thing that you see on TV or in the Holocaust movies or back in the slave movies, if that's all just something part of a dream that you've phantom in your mind, far off distant, that could never really happen, but you entertained it for a thought, for a moment, then you're not serious. You're not seriously going to be ready to deal with any threats that might come against you and your family. So I'm asking people today, what are you willing to do? Because as we sit right now, there's so much proof out there, family. There's things for the change for the worse. And I hate to say it, black folks, I'm looking at what happens on TV, we're talking about in the news and media, black folks are not even a part of the conversation no more. People don't even discuss black people on TV no more. If you look at it real deeply, you people talk about Mexicans, you people talk about immigrants, Asians, Middle Eastern people, Syrians. It's very, very seldom that you hear people really discuss the African American plights anymore. It's like we're a foregone thought. So if we're a foregone thought, it's almost like people have eliminated us in the population without really physically handling it, really physically carrying those things out. It's like we've already been eliminated in this country. And it bothers me because I'm watching this, I'm like, no, that was probably a coincidence. Listen to some other news media. No, maybe a coincidence. Listen to another podcast or another news show or whatever. And I said, wow, we're not even being really mentioned anymore in the discussions of a lot of things. Take an example, Donald Trump, for example. Donald Trump being in office. He's offended black people before with his properties and how he didn't want to rent to black people before, but people don't even talk about that no more. You're talking about the current thing with the Mexicans and the immigrants and all, and the Syrians and everything like that. So it's as if black folks don't have an issue with Donald Trump. Some people voted for him. Some people thought he was okay. And maybe some people think that he's not really directly against us. But if you look at his team that he's assembling, the team he is assembling right now, family, is very scary. He's recruiting some hardcore racists on his team. If you do any search on people who he's recruiting for, you begin to see this cabinet he's got. If they are passed and approved by Congress, you better get ready, family, because these people are in direct opposition to black people. And although black people are not responsible for taking white people's jobs, we're not responsible for white people having a rough life in this country. We're not responsible for anything that they have a problem with today, because we built this country by our forefathers' backs of our forefathers, the slaves, built this damn country. And since then, all we want to do in this country is maintain a peaceful society. All we want to do is maintain under the radar, be left alone. But know what they do? They kill us and make record numbers because President Obama's in office, and they hate to see a Negro in office that represents some power for black people, which he's not really doing for us, but he represents that whether he knows it or not. The thing is, when he leaves office, when powers are transferred on January 20th, 2017, he'll have his cabinet established by then, and you begin to see what possibilities that we're going to be facing in short term. So I ask my black people, my good black folks on this call, my good black folks who are going to be hearing this on YouTube, I ask my people, what are you willing to do? You must entertain the discussion on this side of things. You must entertain the discussion of what you're willing to do after he gets in office, after his cabinet gets through Congress scrutiny and whatnot. Because let me tell you something, family. Those who are keeping up on current events, let me tell you something that you're not looking at. Remember the Flint water crisis? That's still a crisis. You know why? The governor, the racist, white supremacist, Republican governor has still not allowed the funds to be sent to people in Flint to rebuild their pipeline structure for their water to their homes. He's still not rebuilt that. They have the funds. President Obama allowed the funds. The governor has still not okayed the funds. They're still dealing with the water that's poison, known to be poison, known to cause death, early age for young kids that have brain damage, all these things, family. Yet our people have forgotten that this country is built on white supremacy and racism and slavery. Nothing's going to change this country, no matter who president you have going forward, which I think is a very, very short time for people in America to wake up, because you got to destroy the entire system of white supremacy in America for this thing to change for us. And that's that's a bitter pill people do not want to swallow at this time. They don't want to swallow the fact that this is not going to change until we destroy this system. Black people have two options the way I look at it. Actually, three options. We have three options in the next 2 to 4 years or whatever. The obvious option is we can leave. We can go to another country, go somewhere, and try to build up shop over there, preferably a black nation. The second option, we could stay here and just hope for the best, pray at church on Sunday, and just take whatever they dish out to us. The third option is to create our own little bubble, our own little structure here, so we can funnel a few smart individuals together and bond together and build together and create our own environment like the Chinese people did, like the Mexicans done, like everybody else comes to this country but our people, come over here and create their own community to where they live and thrive in that community. Racism has a little less power when you have your own community that you eat and build with. Third option. That's 3 options, family. I didn't say 4, I didn't say 5, I didn't say 6. Because all of the stuff you're talking about doing means nothing if you have no power structure in place. It's like it's like living in a war zone, but your house don't have nothing bulletproof, nothing that's strong enough to withstand a serious war on your block. It's futile. It's a waste of time. So I'm telling folks on the call right now, have you given this thing real thought about what's going to happen in this country, the ramifications of you living here and with your head in the cloud? Have you considered that? Because the Flint crisis, because it's not on the news anymore in the everyday news, it didn't go away, family. There's constant proof in this country. See, I have to give my forefathers credit in this country. The former slaves, the slaves that lived in this country that prayed to God and bled and sweat and tears and built this country and got killed by a lot of the white supremacists in this country who live in that time. That's all history for us, family. What good is history if we do not learn from it? My question to you, what good is history if we're not willing to learn from the history we have? You see, if I was coming to this country brand new, fresh, no history to fall back on to see white supremacists have done in this country against black people. If I had exactly no history whatsoever, family, I could see us living the way we're living right now. Could totally see us being here, hoping for the best. It's going to change one day. It's going to work itself out one day. But guess what? We're not living we're not living that dream. You know why? We have the history to show what they do to people in this country, to black people especially. They're not going to deal with the Mexican people on the level they're dealing with us until we all dead and gone, or moved off. So if this 13% population is black in this country, 13% is black in this country. I'm not sure how many people are free compared to people locked up. I don't know the numbers on that. But what I do know is those who are free catching hell, especially the men. We're catching hell. And they know to build community, to build leadership of the family, you have to have strong men in the company, in the community. Strong men backed by strong women. Mature men, mature women. Well-balanced women and men. We don't have that much of that right now left. And they also know that the more you kill, the more you abuse our people, the more single-family homes has been created every day. We can keep up with training these young kids out here, the street training them on the street. The more that happens, the farther and farther this dream of having a community for us gets away from us. So what are you willing to do? Have you thought about the next 2 to 4 years? Seriously. Have you thought about how you would handle the hardship that's coming? I know you got a good job right now. I know you got a little money saved up. I know you got a little retirement saved up. But let's just say all that stuff wiped off the slate. Let's just say you lost all those things. And you are now living with people that you don't even know, or on the street in tents, or in your car, or in an RV, or whatever it might be. Have you considered your options? Have you considered what you want to do? Because most of us have some type of family structure or whatever that we can fall back on, or something holding us up. But let's just say all that's wiped away. What state of mind that you think you'd be in? What type of things could you do to help yourself get through the situation? Besides praying. Obviously you're going to be praying. Obviously. For most of the people, obviously you're going to be praying. But besides that, why don't you have certain resources right now, family? Right now you have certain resources. What are you doing with your resources? What are you doing with your time? I have some ideas of what we could do. And I want to implement those things. We talked about getting together and meeting each other and discussing certain things as a group. And One thing about that, we got to find more people who are like-minded. We got to find more people who are not in it just to get to steal some kind of, idea away from the group and go off and do something totally different, totally opposing to what we're doing, create more confusion. We need a strong core to build out. And until you meet people face to face, see how they move, see how the mannerisms are, see what they're into, you all know that on the phone call. One thing about me, you ask anybody about me, I don't change. I don't change for this radio station. I don't change for this radio show. I don't change because I meet anybody. I don't care if I meet the mayor, the president, whatever. I'm one that don't change. People who don't change is because they know who they are. Struggle, hardship, being put in the fire builds out, bubbles forth the impurities of a person like gold. You put gold in a hot fire, all the impurities will come to the top, and you're left with a pure gold bar. That's hardship, family. When you've been boiled and boiled and boiled and pressured, what you're left with is the purest form of yourself. And that's where I am right now. My life has made me this way. So I ain't going to change. But some of you guys will change because you're not went through that rites of passage yet. Because we see one thing about the African way of life, they had a rites of passage to be a man and to be a woman. And the thing is, in America, we don't have that no more. All we got is you get old enough to be considered grown, and you're grown. No trial, no test. It is what it is. So everybody's walking around being some form of themselves with one person, with one face on. They go home with another face, go to work with a different face. Until you get to the point where you know who you are, you're confident in who you are, and you don't change. See, you don't change. So we all in different levels of our life. But for the core character of a person, I feel at the age of 30, 35, you should be knowing who you are. You should be a certain way. But if you're a person that keeps up with the Joneses, who try to keep up with everybody else in their life, trying to look good, groupie type lifestyle, then that's going to be something different. But you can't find out who people really are until you sit down with them, meet them in person, spend some time with them. And as far as me, I don't want to spend a lot of time and be close to people who are not really serious, who are not really somebody of good moral character, somebody with a backbone, somebody with some kind of honor. I don't want to spend time with people like that. I don't. And I know if you're serious about this and you're on the call with us right now and you frequently on the calls with us, you got some of that in you too. Because it takes a lot to show up every Monday night, or most Monday nights, day in and day out, week in and week out, to talk to an audience who's maybe not sure of themselves, or to gather people who are trying to be looking for some type of refuge mentally as well as physically. It takes a lot of determination, takes a lot of fortitude to do that every week. I could be doing a lot of things right now on a Monday night. And I chose Monday night because Monday night is time people coming back from vacation. It's a phone call. You ain't got to go nowhere. It's not Tuesday because Tuesday people going into their work week, focused on that, and bars start opening up. I know my black people. Bars open up on Tuesday, Wednesday night, so you could be going to 100 things on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. Monday night, there ain't a whole lot happening on Monday night. And on top of that, I ain't asked you to be nowhere but on the call. So it's really easy for people to be on a Monday night call. If you really want to be here, you'll be here. My point is, I can be doing a whole lot of things besides on the call, hosting the call, to find and gather and help you guys help me to gather the right-minded people, like-minded people together to build our community again, to get some type of resource base for our people who are sound-minded in judgment and who are of good moral character. It takes a lot out of me to do that. But I do that because I know what's coming down the pipe, see. I'm not naive like I mean, we have a group. We can post certain things. We have a page. We have a website. We have all these things, and I can just tell by people how they post, how they talk. I can tell if they're naive to what's coming down the pipe or not. It's so easy to see. It really is. So I'm to the point where, you know what? I hate for you to go through what we're coming through. But you know what? The slaves who came into this country, the first slaves, those who were enslaved, you see, some of us are mentally slaves still, minded still. But think about this for a minute. The people who came to this country were enslaved. What's the difference between being enslaved and being enslaved? Enslaved means you taken against your will, and they made you into a slave. It physically captured you and beat you and made you work for them. That's enslavement. That's not of the mind. That's of the body. Enslaved. Now we got remnants from being enslaved in this country for generations to come. 400 years of enslavement in this country or whatever. Okay. Now, for you to take out of a situation where you consider yourself quote unquote free in this country, to be put back in a situation to where our forefathers went through, that would break a lot of people. I'm not sure who can handle that. I'm not sure you can handle being hunted in this country at this point. You've had all this freedom, physical to some degree. I'm not sure who can handle not being able to go outside at night for fear of marauders running through in pickup trucks, white supremacists running through your neighborhood to maybe catch the lucky black person who's stuck on the side of the road, the person walking by themselves at night. You just might be the Negro lottery. We call it the Negro lottery. I'm not sure who can handle that kind of fear. So the question I have for you is, have you considered your options while you still have some? Because it's very naive of my people to be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever it is, talking about revolution, talking about how things must change, but they can't even show up for a Monday night phone call. They can't show up for a Monday night phone call. What do you really think they're going to be able to do if something really pops up in this country? You think they'll be able to gather the troops and get something done overnight? You're not serious. It's very naive of you to think that. So my thing is this. You know what? Let's open it up and let's be real honest tonight, family. Be real honest. Let's talk about tonight in the next 2 to 4 years of hardship. What you're willing to do. So without further ado, I'm open up to anybody who want to talk about that. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Each person, give me a couple of minutes. Press 1 on your phone and let you speak on it. And let's just talk about that. What you willing to do? What you ready to do? What's in your heart? What can you handle? Press 1. All right, we got somebody. I got CJ. Okay, brother CJ. Welcome to the call, brother CJ. Hey. What's on your mind?
What's going on? You know, I always got something on my mind. Always.
I hear you, brother. You hear what I'm saying tonight?
Yeah, so, you know, and that gave me, even though a person like me that has done some preparation, that made me think about it, you know. And the thing is, here's the thing. Here's where our people are. Here's where, except for a few of us, here's where they are. They are not talking about us anymore. They're not worried about us because we're in jail, right, or we're high, living under the freeway, or dead, or watching Monday Night Football. You know, everything is more important than this thing right here is important, you know. And so I thought about it, and for me, it's a mixture. Will I pray? Yes. Will I lay down? No. Am I willing to, if I need to help my family, to help myself, to save myself, am I willing to do something to somebody, take somebody out? Yes. Am I willing to do whatever is necessary? Yes. And that's something I just never really thought about that. You know, I got some, you know what I mean? I got some resources put away. Do I have enough? I don't know. Am I learning some things? Because of you, yeah, you know what I mean? I've been learning how to do things for myself, how to support myself, learn how to survive in an emergency. You know, it may not be like what you're saying, Sean, but even all it takes is a big earthquake. It's coming. Mm-hmm. People out there, it is coming. What are you going to do? What you going to do? You going to sell them rims? Nobody's going to buy them. What are you going to do? You got to have your stuff together. So what have I been doing for myself? So I did a few things. I've taken a few survival courses. Do I need to take some more? Yes. You're not just going to learn this stuff overnight. This the point Sean is trying to get across is the fact that we're not going to be able to all of a sudden you're going to be brilliant. All of a sudden you're going to have all these ideas. All of a sudden you're going to be ready. All of a sudden you're going to be, if there's something like, you know, we don't even have that very often, but, you know, in California, like tidal waves or something crazy like that, you know, hurricane or
Right.
something. Maybe it's not an earthquake. What if there's something like that just blows everything away? Your house is gone. It's either knocked down or gone or whatever. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to be a lost cause. So, what else have I done? Turn some of my money into precious metal, because if something goes down, paper dollar, that thing, with the way Trump is, I don't have that much of understanding of political or not just political, but the Dow Jones and up and down and everything. If something really happens bad to our money, that paper is not going to be worth nothing. Zero. It's going to be worth a piece of paper. It's going to be worth a piece of paper, like a piece of newspaper. And the only thing that's going to mean anything, is precious metal. And that's always going to be worth something. So I'm trying to prepare myself that way. And I know we only got a couple minutes apiece, but I want to throw it out there again about the date. We only have a few people that are serious about, December 3rd, or maybe December 3rd is not a good date. I just figure, we need to get our thing together before the new year comes, before Obama leaves, before this guy is crazy, before he gets in there and start doing things. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Sean is wrong. Maybe
I'd love to be wrong.
Other people that are talking. Wrong, maybe what I'm saying is, maybe we're wrong. But I'd rather be ready and it not be necessary than not be ready and it is necessary. What are you going to do if you get caught in the middle of this thing?
It's going to be a sad day.
Anyway, so I hope that somebody would have something to say, and especially about December 3rd, if we're going to meet up. We don't need, what I got in my mind, I understand it about now, I don't need a whole bunch of people. We don't need a whole bunch of people. We need a few serious people.
That's right.
We need a few serious people. That's all we need. And the rest of the people, I'm talking about, I love everybody. I'm talking about my family. But
I know,
if they're gonna be hurting me, I gotta look. I gotta keep it moving. I'm trying to help anybody. I'm trying to help anybody that's trying to be helped. A person that I don't even know, I'm trying to help them. If they're trying to help themselves, I'm trying to help them. But if you're not trying to help yourself, I don't know what to tell you.
That's right.
That's
right.
it for me.
Absolutely right. All right, thank you, my brother. You know what, Brother CJ, he brought some good points. Just need a few families. Family, do you understand the magnitude of your situation could change in literally no time at all? And the thing about it, he says this: to have at least, let's just say, to have only 5 families that you can go and rotate with and hold things down with. To have 5 families out of gazillion people, you might know a gazillion people you know around the Bay Area who you thought was your friend, who thought was your relative to hold you down and turn their back on you. You don't know. See, when people in fear, family, I've seen it from my own eyes. People in fear do different things. Never forget, the place I was living at, they had some gunshots, okay? Never forget. And the Mexican family upstairs is a man and woman and 2 kids, right? They were shooting about 2 blocks over. Follow me on this. 2 blocks over, they were shooting. And the gun shot a hole in, and it came through his house. And a couple of them came to go shooting his head, some kind of like drama on like 2 blocks over. So a couple of shots hit his place. He lived upstairs from me. I hear gunshots all the time. I got used to them. But upstairs, his place got hit, right? Him and his wife in the bed. The gunshots hit. He totally ducked, jumped out of the bed, and he just told me with his own mouth. He jumped out of the bed and hid under the bed. This is a grown-ass man. This man's about 35 years old, okay? His wife said, baby, what about the kids? His response, I don't know. He panicked. He stayed there. His own damn kids. He didn't even think about them. He thought about himself, family. So why am I telling you this right now? You think you know your family. You think you know your friends. I'm going to promise you don't know half of them. You don't know them like that unless you've been in some kind of struggle together. If you've been struggling with your family members, you ain't been struggling with them, physical struggle with them, car accident, will hit a claw out to save your life, some dramatic happened, somebody drowned and they jump out and try to save you, and they can't swim that good either. If you ain't been nothing to test your family members, to test even your husband, your wife, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, if you ain't been in nothing to test them, to test their loyalty, test their fortitude, to test their backbone, if you ain't never seen it tested, you don't know. Just say you don't know. So I say, when Brother CJ talking about having just a few people, it's true. It's so true, family. I'll never forget. I'm telling you a story right now. I was in Thailand with my Filipino friend, and we got into this thing called a tuk-tuk, like a taxi cab. It's like a car, like a cabin, like a little, like a golf cart with a motorcycle in front. It's called tuk-tuk. This guy, he lured us to his little tuk-tuk away from all the other ones. He said, I got a cheaper price for you guys. So we went to this tuk-tuk. It was smaller than the others we left. We walked about a 2 blocks down to get to his, right? We got in the thing. And mind you, my friend, my Filipino friend, talked tough like he's a tough guy. He this, he that, he that. He was all a big tough guy, right? It's him, his cousin, and his little niece. Not niece, but his other cousin. She's like 15. She lived in Thailand at the time. She spoke Thai. We did not. Okay? It was him, his cousin David, and his girl cousin, 15 in the car. This guy took us out somewhere. Oh, no. He said, I'm taking the price. Talking about me. Look at me. Too heavy. I'm too heavy. He talking about me. I'm too heavy. So he changed the price, family. We in Bangkok, Thailand. I understand. We in Bangkok, Thailand. We in Manila. I'm sorry. We was in Bangkok. Yeah, we was in Bangkok, and traffic is freaking bad. Okay, so this guy gets us away from all of the tuk-tuks, and he wants to change the price on us. He says, no, change price. Too heavy. He doubles the price, family. I said, no, that's bullshit. We ain't paying that. I said, Liz, you tell him that we not paying that price. He gonna hustle us. I'm not on East Oakland. No, I ain't having that. Tell him we ain't paying that price. So what he do? He pissed off. He got mad. So he gonna take us on a rough ride. He just ain't popping willies, damn near thing flipping over. And I'm talking about traffic out there in Bangkok is like ants everywhere. It's like so bad. Things turn over, we could be dead. I told my friends, listen, y'all, this man is pissed off. I don't know, wait till he gonna take us on a ride somewhere. She's like, she got scared. She said, oh my God, he's going a route I never seen this route before. She lived in Bangkok. She did not know where this man was taking us. Follow me on this. I said, listen, y'all, I don't know about you guys, but my family ain't got no money like that. We need to get the hell out of this tuk-tuk and catch another one. This dude gets somewhere out of the big city somewhere, in a dark alley somewhere, and rob everybody in the car. I don't know, big black man think I play basketball, football, so I don't know. I don't know this area. I don't speak the language. We got to get out now, family. We got to get out now. His uncle waiting for us at the hotel. So they looking like scared. They're like pigs in the freaking blanket, all scared and whatnot. I said, look here, man. My whoops is telling me we got to get out. I'm not feeling this. I don't like the way this dude doing this. I'm jumping out. Y'all with me or not? Put my gloves on. Keep my brothers with me, my black gloves. So if something happened, I touch you, I wasn't there. Follow me? So he's looking like scared. They all looking like scared and pigs in the blanket, looking stuck, frozen from fear. I say, I love you guys, but I cannot allow my safety to be breached in this damn country. My mama never got no money to send for me, send me back in body parts. I'm not having that. I jumped. I said, you got 2 more lights. Next light, I'm jumping out. True to my word, love y'all, deuces. I'm out. I climbed that damn tuk-tuk, hopped at the light, hopped out, jumped into traffic, risking my life back and forth, hopped on the curb. He looked back like this Negro and jumped at the damn. He looked around like I came to his food and got out. I called me a taxi with the card I had from the hotel. Taking to this restaurant. The matter of fact, followed the tuk-tuk. Run through traffic to get the people to get him out that car. He lost us in traffic. I felt so bad, family. I felt bad. I was like, damn. I'm telling Uncle, if they come up missing or something happened to them, I feel so bad. But I gave them every opportunity, family, to make it right. They would not move on it. That's why I roll by myself. I cannot trust people who are untried and untested in the battlefield, messing with you. So I tell people to tell a story because the true story is this. Moral story is this. You don't know who you can trust, who's battle tested or not. You don't know what they'll do. You don't know. You just don't know. He talked real tough. Get him over here. He stood down. He froze. The whole group froze. Except me. I got out. Because I know if you leave a big city, you get out of a big city, you don't know where you're going, can't get a taxi, you in trouble. Big trouble. And ain't nobody making me nobody. I ain't going to be nobody's, you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, Brother CJ was right. If you just got a few family, you don't know what you need to know. You don't know what you're going to need later. You don't know who you're going to need later. You got 5 solid core families. You can have a collaboration of thoughts, brains come together, and discuss tactics and ways to deal with certain situations. But if you don't even have that, if your family fall apart on you, you can't count on them, you are totally screwed. So my point is about the meetings and stuff, get together as a group. We got to spend time meeting each other in person. I don't care. We ain't got to talk about business, politics so much. Get a feel for people in the group. Get a feel for people what they're about. Let's go bowling one time. Let's go shoot pool. Whatever. Let's go have a dinner. Let's go have a lunch. Everybody meet a group and talk to everybody and see what people's mind is at. Because the truth is, you're going to have somebody on your team when things go down in this country. Now, Brother CJ said he could be wrong. He said I could be wrong. That's true. I don't think so, but it's possible. Like the big earthquake happened around here. I'm telling you right now, white supremacy is awakened now again, alive and well, and some folks going to be purged during the earthquake. That's just my feeling. I hope I'm wrong, family, but the bricks put on in the Bay Area when this thing went down where power was out for 2 months and big structures were down, people died, and people were wounded, people can't find people. Those who are fighting and protecting their goods and their resources will kill people and get away with it. That's what I'm telling you. And I don't want you to be one of the people who get purged, because white folks out here and unruly ass people on the street gonna be purged people because they know ain't nobody can track them, nobody can keep up with them, nobody can track them. The lights are out, and so lights gonna be out permanently for a lot of people. I'm just saying, if you have proper resources in place with your family, your group of people, whoever you're rolling with, you're going to feel a little bit better knowing you got a few things in order. That's what I'm saying to you, family, tonight. So I'm opening the lines up. Press 1 if you want to discuss that. What are you willing to do 2 to 4 years? Speak on it. Press 1 on your phone, and we'll give you the floor. We got a few minutes left. We got about 3 minutes. So speak now, forever hold your peace. I know the game is over. The game was over about an hour ago, so I know people's on here. Okay, I know, Leon. I see you, Leon. I know you focus. I know you got something you're doing right now. There's a number on here I don't recognize. I'm not sure who this is, but I'm open that for a minute here. 2008. What's your name? Where you calling from? 2008. Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Who is this?
Kisa.
Kisa, how are you? Kisa!
Yes.
Kisa?
Yes.
Hey, girl, where you been? We ain't seen you in so long. Oh, my God.
I know.
Drop off. How you
rough.
doing?
Yeah, we're at work, and, my health has not been too hot, so I'm hanging in.
Oh, well, good. It's good here for you. You're going to make it with us. We're getting together some plans to meet again. You think you're going to be able to make it? We're probably going to have it in Antioch at the Southern Cafe. What it sounds like.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, I did answer to the post about the 3rd, and so I was one of the, I guess the first. Yeah, no. So I'm more than willing to do. Yeah. So on the weekends it's better, so then I can plan my day and then rest up or whatever I have to do and just be ready.
How's your mama doing?
Oh, she's doing good. We're hanging in.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear from you. Yeah. So we'll solidify the date. Don't just put you on. I know who you are. Okay. You got any thoughts on what I just said about preparing?
No, I totally get it, and I'm partly worried because I do have some disabilities as far as what you're willing to do. It's it's not necessarily what I'm willing to do, is what I can do.
Right.
So that kind of physically that kind of scares me a little bit. As far as the resources, unfortunately, that's one of the things that I'm lacking on too. So I kind of need to get on the ball with that. And I think more so I need to do the resources thing because, like I said, physically I can't do too much.
I understand. We're gonna discuss that too. I understand.
Right, but I totally get the land thing because we do have land in Texas, and I'm working with what is it that like because for some reason because there's nothing on it, they get totally up the taxes, like almost double the taxes. So we're working with them so we can get that straight, so we can keep it.
That's good. We're gonna talk about that. That's too. We got about a minute something left. But yeah, now I know you. Now I know who you are. I'm gonna make sure you. We're gonna take care of you. Don't worry. We're gonna look out for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, my sister. Okay. Now, that's great. That's great. Sister Keisha, she's been a loyal member. Man, listen, she's every town hall meeting we've done, she's always first there. I'm glad to hear from the sister. And listen, don't worry, people with disabilities, everybody don't have the same movement, but that's why we need to meet as a group and to find out what each other needs. Sister Keisha, she might need certain things that you don't need, but can we make some extra stuff, preparations for her? Make sure she got certain things, communications, maybe she got a certain kind of medical kit. Maybe we can help her find out some ways to get certain medical or medicines that she may need, things of that sort. That's why it's important for us to meet, family. That's why it's important for us to meet on a regular basis. So we're going to put it back in the group. Follow us on Twitter at Bay Area Black. Also, everybody on the call right now, follow us at Bay Area Black on Twitter. I'm going to request to follow us. I'm going to add you because it's going to make it a lot easier for us to get things together, okay, as a group. So I want you guys to, we go to the group, we're going to post it, we're trying to figure out a date. I wish Sydney was on the phone. We got to hash out a date to see when we're going to have this thing at the Southern Cafe. But we're going to work on that. It's going to be in Antioch, family, Southern Cafe in Antioch. Put together some dates or whatever. We're going to figure out what we can do. But thanks for everybody listening, and keep abreast of what's going on, and we're going to keep moving forward. Thanks, everybody, for listening. You guys have a good night.